Now, matter some funny commentary be. Oh, Mahama shouldn't be blamed for Galamsey. And I'm blaming Akufo-Addo for Galamsey. You see, because they want to whitewash Akufo-Addo or MPP. Sometimes when people speak and they say, I don't know, I've turned down on social media, I get upset at these things. Now, when say Akufo-Addo started at DAB, and I say, I'm blaming Akufo-Addo, no, and then Akufo-Addo Galamsey. And now you be law, you be common sense, you be scenarios. And I've always said, let me say this, KBI, new. Me, when it comes to Galamsey, Opa tag me Boko Haram and family. When it comes to say Yentu Obika, na me ye advocacy amoma. How you tag me, I don't care. And this area, I wouldn't say be able to comment be a boom bema. You don't say to and family. Having established that caveat, Enra, no Hana, the Belgium, the good woman as Ephraim said, Charlie. You see a colleague still on your main common accident. See me ten amages away. No man. Cause me ban or pana, Chaliana pressure, love or chin, we say. And see, yeah, from the ex-lady by Deputy HR, Tina. Obano so now the one HR, head of HR, cause I'm talking about Russia, you know. Nah, then a question. Charlie, now maybe who say one was in coma, back on the leg. Yeah, and there's some more rushing from a ferry to Confanoche. Why wouldn't you have busted na no coma? Wow. Na then next year, EPA for call baby. No more corner, no more number was at a 9 months there. You could see baby. No more enough meant to be Timoto sober. No more banombe do ya. EPA boss not granting interview. So this is not hearsay. Yeah. This is not. This is not my hallucinations or imagination. See, where 3 news, TV3 for any case or Kasa UTV. So may come quoting am say. The soldiers said, and I'll prove why blame near the man Mahama Akufo-Addo. I said be Mahama. I'll prove to you here. And to you and this in an obu be dimatem and ko baby answer. Or say the soldiers said they couldn't overpower the heavily armed Galamseyers, so we had to run for our lives. EPA boss on accident. This is the worst of the EPA boss, Professor Kluchi, a full professor in physics. Or say, soldier for no more coy, no more who a two. And then Yama Galamsey for the Abano, Alutamuna Muyechi. Now almost sha, Omunti means in a so budame. I guess I know. Okay. Now, this is the accident. So why NG were Jumada? You know how strong this guy is. Car baby and went to Minko. Into a more ban Miricantino, called Wasi Kumasi, there's a 1 at 30 minutes. Neso Mukofa Diasu. Ekofa Dunka baby. And on the plane career. And on Mone Galamsey car near the trotter tank and econo. Interestingly. Head on collision. No Masia for head on collision. Second the kissy bam. Say. Aluta in a can. 8 journalists. Sad desert car winning. 8 journalists, the EP official, saying a car. This is the state of the car. Me see a colleague back as you speak. He's battling for his life at Confanoche. Now, Aluta, me tell story now. What gave me chills was quote way from the 3 news report in Oye, and I'm coming to read for you. Or say, we had the military with us, and the national security was also with us. So, my catch was say, when I was going to school, one of the things my lecturers taught me was how to do sentence analysis. Or say, we had the military. So, one, Professor Kluche, and on EPA, Langas, on the call you. No, military, soldiers, and on someone national security. Was also with us, but then we saw that we couldn't exchange fire or fight them, so we had to run for our lives. Nomenclature, or I say we had to walk. He is a full professor in physics. What literatures on him how to use phrases and sentences. So even in the face of military uniform now, in the face of national security uniform now, say, "Mamini Jame," but then who kawura. 3 things in just this paragraph. I say, in the course of running and speeding on the road, we encountered this accident. So, in science, there can be correlations. Is it directly correlated or indirectly correlated.
In law, you can say causation.
Causations.
Yes.
It is a journalist ni there's a correlation between their death or this accident and what happened at Obuasi. So man ebu amanya Galamsey for the plane the two but no mo koye dem Obuasi. So mo call lanche community mining. So the death of those 8 heroes is linked to Galamsey. I'm giving you themes and patterns. Dr. John Zopoku, a criminology can see. I just see back one, be a coincidence. It's simian, ABAB. Be simian, some a pattern. So you sit down when you analyze the pattern. Now, Kwakweti, I looked at you say. One of the cars, which had EPA staff and some of the journalists, had a head-on collusion with a truck that was actually carrying some pipes for Galamsey operations. So, Omu journey through Abuasi Omentimian from Main Road. And in fact, when you listen to her on UTV, National Security in Accra called that the Galamseys had laid ambushes on Kwamu Bar. Kebi Kwan Kombi a Komekun Krofowi. Tina so Mokofa Kwan for Dia so Kofa Dunkau. Nanko Abuasi and carrier the Equanimum and Obepi in carrier. Na car na esa no menya accident and aya Galamsey for car e de pipe oko. Internet a chiro say Galamsey is in Obuasi. Galamsey is also on the carrier stretch. Now, matter some funny commentary be. Oh, Mama shouldn't be blamed for Galamsey. And I'm blame Akufo-Addo for Galamsey, see, because they want to whitewash Akufo-Addo or MPP. Sometimes when people speak and they say, I don't know, I've toned down on social media, I get upset at these things. Let's do a constitutional process here. When you go to Article 243 of the Constitution, or say, there shall be a district chief executive for every district, who shall be appointed by the president with prior approval of not less than 2/3 majority of members of the assembly present and voting at the meeting. The DC, that is 2432, the DC shall A, preside at the meetings of the executive committee of the assembly. B, be responsible for the day-to-day performance of the executive and administrative functions of the district. Aluta, yes. 243. Who appoints the DC? DC, no appointing. It's the president. Right? Yeah. DC is the president. Inti say ye kobe bi na Galamsey wo ho. And Galamsey is illegal mining and illegality is happening. You see, interestingly, when you read the Local Government Act, the DCE there is the head of security. The district police command respond to him. The district fire officer respond to him. The BNI operative for the district responds to him. The national security person for the district responds to him. Inti Galamsey koswa. Sa kwa we beka so ni me nyema miensa. Utwam for ye liar. Washada. And also you're incompetent. But then to me try me now right and there masa. That is 243. Yeah. And it is a Akufo-Addo and Shama Galamsey nya district bia. Wo see blame wan. Aluta what say? Optie we DC so nim za. Ogugu se kuso ada and ofie. And president there be nti e ba ye be di nsemfo ha na mane ye ba ya. Ye kwa Accra esqua, wona be kwa no kuku na be kwa. Yes, because we a hoster, you are the mirror in which the show reflects. Exactly. So kuku come and ask you Aluta then they see wa. No this are brief ni kwa Accra. So what are we talking about? So the DC responds to the regional minister, who in this case is my programs manager. That he responds to the local government minister and the president. So if I'm fully man on some emblem wine, I'm not done. Article 243. Young Koso. Article 256. Okay. 1. There shall be a president. The president shall, with prior approval of parliament, appoint for each region a regional minister who shall A, represent the president in the region, be responsible for the coordination and direction of the administrative machinery in the region. Mijina mara we to kase mi blemu mama for Galamsey anya dwuma. Franka mo akwo yi ti kromu a oboase ronte oni brief. Enka we pipes e kono oni brief. Cocaine ye de kwa nko mo nte nkoche. Na ze wonte so teke man ye ti mi jina ne achi cocaine. Intelligence so that no munya say intelligence for Galamsey. What are we talking about? Why from this hypocrisy? Kwa wa ban na wo so nte me mo president di. Mi wie yo. Yankoso, Mr. Menya law, by law, and dear, yet room Namosaka crying him. Chapter 21, Article 256, 6. Or say, every mineral in its natural state, in, under, or upon the lands in Ghana, or say, Una diamond, una gold, rosewood, Ghana mineral be a wabia tio, or say in Eshasassinim, under Eshasasinase, upon Edasasin swa tio. In Ghana, rivers, say mineral no on swim, a was stream, a water sources beer in Ghana and Swani be beer, one coming on Kwang, Ghana in Swu. In soon about fear, Nina, T, or say. The exclusive economic zone and any area covered by the territorial sea or continental shelf is the property of the Republic of Ghana and shall be vested in the president on behalf of and in trust of the people of Ghana. What are we talking about in this country? I don't know kind of crunch political party. They be a cousin on YouTube say. So I found fooling, you know, and the DMPP co-opposition.
The near Chirapan and the Arkan Kansas, and the Chirapan every carat of gold. Ounce of gold.
Carat dosu.
Obi befano.
Carat dosu.
Eye Japadia, they are share on Mampanisa. No, I shall more be a weir.
Exactly.
Yankopon so ada romantino. Adewe no interpretation of this. Yes, we may not be caught, but also when you read anything at all from the Constitution, obviously there are three ways or the be interpreted. Either you use the literal interpretation, the purposive interpretation, or the golden rule or the mischief rule. And wherever you want to look at this from, this is a trite knowledge.
Every mineral in its natural state, in, under, or upon any land in Ghana, rivers, streams, water sources throughout Ghana, the exclusive economic zone, and any area covered by the territorial sea or continental shelf is the property of the Republic of Ghana and shall be vested in the president on behalf of and in trust of the people of Ghana. Article 243. Article 256. Another 256, 257. These three provisions are why Mahama can be blamed for Galamsey.
And how can you know Ghana you choose that purposive interpretation? So sometimes after say why explaining your macro, you said the law ought to be interpreted not only what it is, but also what it ought to be.
Yes.
So I remember the say what I can say you bear common sense. Commonsensically. Commonsensically. The president is in charge of OBR, including you and myself.
And I'm saying say these provisions, no president, Mahama kwa president for Bebano. He the back stops with them. Me see, many programs manager we share from Uniha. Tio. Yabana TV ayra. I'm the first person he will call. Before Kwesichum also calls him. The back stops the Kwesichum. So the back stops the President Mahama. Let's stop the hypocrisy and fooling. This is the Constitution, the supreme document of the land. Me we I look to me say me we. When you read the statement of Professor Kluche, he talks about what? Arms. The military. Yankoso. This week, Brony Krum, ya chenkro for 9 months for a two number boy no yana Michel Liwa, ya say for be Western pistols, a two a ya brofo de and on the engine Ghana. About 2 months ago, Manso 9 months for ya okay IGP task force. I'm going to say we have a Pamo IGP task force. You see, when we always talking about Galamsey, my man, water quality, beyond the water quality. Is the proliferation of arms. Who is the commander-in-chief of Ghana's armed forces? Who chairs the police council and IGP task force? Who chairs? It's not the vice president. Obia me so be catch obia say untimi blame am for Galamsey no nim nyokeka. Any emotions no dey kasa, it's not fact. DC no wo ho no. He is the head of the district security. Commander na won a report to no. It is the commander in Juma. The DC must report for the commander to be sacked. Say DC national complexes and he must be sacked. Me see DC ni bi or baby so nim Galamsey and he threatens. He's a liar. He's feigning ignorance or he's incompetent. Mutimi ko tokrobim ko stop work produce permit. Tokrobim. And then you see a plot quarter plot so mutimi ko stop permit. Produce permit and stop work. Beba Galamsey any pete command so be a police station chair Galamsey. Brony Chrome, report in a band, and the police station on your Galamsey. Police station, any planet, and point and any planet. Well, I don't need time to tell you what is this? Answer, about Galamsey, there is we suddenly want to wear political partisan hat to be. Blame the president. Me say this, you know, what a certificate South. That day, he should have been called to answer questions. Calling that a result. And I'm a boy. I'm pinto. This in a new mutikrum. This, anonym. This week, my intelligence and Minya, because Pratt confirmed it on Tuesday on Pizza. It's on your way. One tailings, you know. Once I offer Pechi, Kodubia, once I hipster Yatu Chakokan, Aluta. Omukoto. No more day, Mercury near the Nesibunicum, no man. That's you. Mercury, you see, and Obiaka, oh, yes, someone ya Galamsey or Hodams, Radi Jesus Christ, Ghana. Now, they don't know I don't know or the Fanta and Huaniano. And our cook. They use the same mercury cadmium, arsenic, and Makato saying climate is a very infiltration. It seeps, you can't see, but. Me who say na menchire no
as a sonne kwase
and dosuko
and we geographic akron because eventually it will affect the percolative water within the earth crust
and the water table.
Yeah,
since so say ya Ghana to because say ma mutu bo ofiam so mu ye safe no enye safe kwasi pride you be kan kro hu ni say akra no nkrofo bi am so muntu Ghana say akra gold bi eni wo no omum to tailings no ma disguise ya faka akwa ma ko hu and you say we shouldn't blame who. Minim Brony Chrome DCU. Minim John Mahama. He is the president now proving to you. Article 243, Article 256, Article 257. All meanwhile, Ghana uti ufie na go that's adano ufie wono abaye national security area.
As I say you dey about the dey your mind there.
Exactly. Yeah. Entina mining act no. Contract wrong sign away. Yeah. Or he be na sign mining na. Sasa Canada. Baba bi na na yes na kra. So let's stop this fanfooling and this hoodwinking. See a name here. Now you see, me, I'll be one of the people that I always talk against the excesses of the military. Hey, you're careful. Pay me brief, I'm a one. And you said I've always said I will never lie on any state agency. I will not do it in windows by fact. The next time some of these guys try this at 9 months, you're a fool.
Can I bo ano na odi dom nanim no I know him personally. Sunyane oko 3BN oko ye garrison ho time ano ho na be school training school ho na ade. So he's a very calm, cool and collected gentleman. Say enye se minim no anka be me nwanwa se saade no chimi siye. But minim no sane ya ne dimi na se de osi ye ne neman. That is why asem ne course no obi angu. Say any different person. Mama 3 instances. Yes. Within a space of just about 8 to 2 months. Manso and Shidium Brony Chrome and away. And you see, what is most worrying for me is the first line. Or say, we had the military with us, we had the national security with us. Yes. But then when we saw but then when we saw that we couldn't exchange fire or fight them, we had to run for our lives. Nipa 8 a woo. Major Mahama wu. Enkura tom remo mamu ha. One day, President Mahama na no mu be mu ano. One day, a be vice president. Ena na son da yeda, see ebenya plane crash anipa 8 be wu because of Galamsey. So mo kolonchi community yi. Ena na son ho da yeda, say maame no utie UTV interview na. O me channel the critical analyst, we want to check. O say your kamenem. You took men to lift him. Imagine akura na koto amana ni ma. Inti the nano let your party's interests take over your mind and cast aspersions and insult. But Makase, posterity will judge us. So finally, Ghana Water Resources Commission. Okay. Look at it. Because maybe I declare I understand it, but they can't. There are various factors here they check in. The best quality, the water index. Because beyond the turbidity, how murky the water is. Oh, yes, since when I say tea, any turbidity. It's Ghana water, you treating a turbidity. Okay. I'm treating every metal. So I'm treating so animal martinum. Once again, you do ensure is colorless. So would say odorless and tasteless. Yes, but the man say ensure white now. Ghana water, or ma ensure now put on a near white man now. Oh, it's already there. But entreaty are there.
HV, the alkalinity and acidity, HT, water index becherol. Dissolve oxygen. Once water H2O.
Yes.
2 hydrogen oxygen. Say check is hard in na. Adeba question check heavy metals. So sooner ya white and say white. Heavy metals say the for any who arsenic cadmium. Na he. Water resource retains you. Near 8 could be an good. Fair to good, 51. Fair, you are one fair to good. What could tot sardine woody? Sardine na expire na 8. Say fair to good. This is the chart. This is the Water Resource Commission. When you look at it carefully, Galamsey began somewhere 2012 actively. Look at the data. It's not your emotions, it's the data. Water Resource Commission. Now had the look at it. You so we no ampensia and Cobra River and crowd as I say omo dilution factor kra na nye yi. I say beyond recognition. Look at it. Now here ye major Joshua ha voter region. So when you look at it. Voter region hono and I won the activities of Galamsey. But here dodo na ye poor water quality. Yellow no poor water. Green ye fairly good. You so I won no makọ yem no e fairly asenye. Enti no eba na maybe say ya. You may think why I'm passionate about it because Dr. Poku Sampina catch the yen. Nkola ye umasabe omokoti kulibi ni ho. Ebiti mienu ebinsa basa. Consultant nephrologist, ya kan nephrologist obi o ye kidney problem. Doctor Leshkanta catch the consulting rooms. Especially in the Galamsey areas, cases eba. Dr. Kantu rumors fertility. And my intime wo. O de wa brand here. O ye come so po bebe or po ba o efie ni. Wakwamansi ekopebi mo bepem so a anya na maame bi na eye no eye Galamsey no nsu no no ma na aduane a wodi no. These are the consequences of it, and the blame goes to the president because article 243, article 256, article 257 says DC no wono no bo ni din nti ekoba bi na say illegal mining na ekoso amenka say me anya mining no mi fi kwa bibrem ene achimabu akwa. Yeah, mining. Yeah. But it's the responsibility on behalf of those doing the mining. And to see a court na DC watching a legal cost, so you were di. And you say na me di. What we have done, any journalist say cock cover tree, Yamen Kwan can cover by Netumba. A Rassos has done Kojanico Germany. Before you saw the media for doing that, Rassos so Janico Germany. The family you do maybe only secret and Rassos the name. So don't Anna be kasa ignorantly. The only thing we can do is the evidence. Erastus documentary, and I'm a to me, and I'm caught. Yeah. If you don't know, Erastus documentary, and I'm asked someone Abujina Pobetro 2022. So want to me license to enter the Tanum Rim Forest. That is the contribution of the media. What is left is the president to be decisive. Because baby you do know, and the military, one day, a bear papa nankasa. Near Kochi President Mahama, look at it, weapons. Yehumbi, unim say even Bronicom intelligence, ya che woman. All the 2 and a woman they say jam out. Just for 9 months to be able to go. The jam out, the proliferation of arms. Ghana and Burkina Faso ne share border.
And I'm told said that a Burkina be crack home.
Me see, the cyanide the never acronym. That is my intelligence. Yeah, the cyanide. Now, Charlie, I'll go overboard.
Okay. Eugene, me da siano pay.